Well, hello and welcome to the ninth level of the Rising Sun campaign playthrough. And yeah, we are on some sort of island entering a cave to find this kingdom with a shadowified throne room. And this means that throne room is also a shadow card, and we can play it from our deck as if it was in our hand. And when shuffling this, we put it at the bottom of our deck. And yeah, this one I remember quite clearly. It's very memorable. It's a doozy because the Shadowified Throne Room is insanity. And yeah, you can look at the kingdom over here. I'll hide myself so you can once again see what artist is doing and how much it's costing. But yeah, this kingdom, in this kingdom, we have um, some fairly decent draw, especially with Throne Room and Council Room. And also we have the infamous base game Council Room Militia combo, in which you play Council Room a bunch of times, draw your opponent some cards, but then attack them with Militia and have them discard down to 3 cards in hand. Also, there's Riverboat with Ronin, so if you get this in play, you will guarantee your next turn to start with 7 cards in hand, as Ronin is a card that does that, draws you up to 7. And what else is there? Let me get the camera on again before I forget. There's also a prophecy in Kind Emperor, and Kind Emperor means that at the start of your turn, or when you remove the last Sun token, you gain an action to your hand. And Rustic Village is the Omen card, so after 5 Rustic Villages have been played, then Kind Emperor will trigger. And yeah, that's about it about that. And it's also going to accelerate us a lot. Note that there is a distinct lack of trashing, so we do not get to really thin here. But with Throne Room's Shadowified at the bottom of our deck, um, there is the nice notion that you may play shadow cards as if they were in your hand. And Throne Room says you may play an action card from your hand twice. And that means you get to call a throne room from the bottom of your deck, and then with that throne room, play another throne room from the bottom of your deck, which doubles 2 actions and essentially functions as a proper village with double play capabilities. And that's insanely good, especially if you're guaranteed to have a nice action in your hand at the start of turn because of Kind Emperor being active. So the goal here is to certainly build very big, build a deck that can draw itself each turn with Kind Emperor, Rustic Villages having activated that, and a few throne rooms at the bottom of our deck. And also, as another village option, there is Continue, one of the strongest events from Rising Sun, in my opinion. Although here, I'm not sure it's that enticing that often, because it costs 8 debt. But once per turn, you gain a non-attack action card costing up to 4, and then you return to your action phase and get +1 action and +1 buy, and you also play the action card you just gained. So you could continue for, I don't know, a Rustic Village to draw a card and do the discard thingy. Maybe that way you trigger Kind Emperor. You might want to look out for that. But apart from that, it's not that great because just because of the huge price point. Let's look at the kingdom plot, and the kingdom plot looks pretty funny. No thinning, no alt VP, but a bunch of gains, a bunch of draw, a bunch of village. So yeah, as I said, we want to build really big here. Samurai is probably not going to be any sort of issue, but gold mine might be our way to put payload into the deck rather quickly, especially if we somehow get to draw the gold the same turn we gain it, then gold mine essentially lets us gain a gold for 1 money, and of course having to draw the gold set turn. Now, what else? There is militia. I talked about the militia throne room stuff. There is also alley to ensure some reliability, to which you can play from your deck also as a shadow card to just draw an extra card and discard 1 card, cycle you towards the cards you desire more. I'm not sure it's going to be super impactful here. Same with Aristocrat. Artist might be interesting with Kind Emperor, although with Throne Room, Council Room draw, I'm not sure Artist draw is even that necessary. Yeah. And that brings us to the openings. I think opening wise, you want to open Militia on whatever opening you have. On the 5-2, of course, that means you skip out on one of the buys. But yeah, just starting to starting to have your opponent discard is pretty good. Now, I think that wraps up the pre-game discussion, and thus we can go with Silver Militia, as I said. And then, yeah, probably put in a... Do we want to put in a council room already? We're not that likely to... Well, we could hit 4 next turn to pick up a throne room. And with continue, we're likely to have the extra action to do the militia after the council room. So I would say we go for it. And yeah, we are not even attacked by opponent's militia here. And yeah, probably it's best to just put in a throne room at the bottom of the next shuffle. It's just such a powerful card. And here we do not, we could play this throne room, of course, but we do not find anything other than that. But we get to put in maybe another throne room and then aim to probably continue next turn. We're lacking a bit of payload at this point. If we double play the council room next turn, yeah, we probably then want to double play the militia for some extra money. So let's put in a throne room. And okay, I was planning on finding the council room here or the militia or anything really, but that didn't happen. We could go for continue rustic village, and I think that's worth it, even though it's a bit awkward. But yeah, it's actually super annoying. Yeah, let's go for a continuing a rustic village. And oh no, I of course should have kept 1 copper in hand there to not to be able to discard 2 cards, because now we don't find the council room. But at least we don't get to double play this militia, more or less pay off the debt, so it's as if we had bought a rustic village, essentially. And also we have a council room now top decked, which with the double throne room bottom decked more or less guarantees to draw our deck next turn. Yeah, I really dislike the samurai. But yeah, I think if we can, we will try to double play the rustic village, unless it's the very bottom card of our deck. Yeah, now we do get to activate Kind Emperor, decline this, and probably gain a gold mine to our hand. It's not super clear yet as to whether this is really the best thing. But yeah, probably it is. And we could clear out this last card by just discarding here, but of course we play the gold mine, and that should be the better cause. And let's already gain a gold here. And what else do we want? I think we need to add a bit of draw, and that means probably adding a throne room, which will be at the bottom of our deck next turn. And then we get to double play council room, 2 council rooms probably, and the militia, or yeah, I don't know, just start to go crazy. But with Kind Emperor being active, we should really be in a pretty good spot. And yeah, now we might think about also doing this riverboat Ronin stuff, although yeah, I'm not convinced that's really the best thing to do. I'm on the other hand pretty convinced that we don't want to do anything other than just cantripping this rustic village we have way better other cards in deck. And actually, let's try to maximize our chances of finding the other council room. So discard 2 cards here. Play a bunch of throne rooms, playing each other so we don't waste actions. Yeah, now we're guaranteed to double play this, then now we can double play that and draw into these golds, although we don't even really need to. Can just play this militia, double play this militia, and then one of the council rooms. Yeah, I somehow messed this up by not drawing both of the golds. So, but yeah, I think just stuffing our deck with golds at this point is a great choice. And yeah, I think what we do here is just put in one more council room, throne room thingy, and try to keep drawing that way. And is that the correct course of actions? Can we do anything better? I don't think so. And yeah, again, we do not have the greatest opening hand, but we can just gain this council room to hand. It's turn 8 and this kingdom has already turned crazy. And yeah, let's discard that. Yeah, he's continuing. Okay, pays off this die. I don't get this continue at all. And yeah, with 3 council rooms there, I'm now more confident and will find some other council rooms, so I'm not playing this rustic village. Let's double play that, double play that, and now we don't even have to play these other council rooms, and can just double play the militia for some extra payload, draw this gold, and actually, yeah, we can even top deck a council room by discarding 1 there, or 2 there, and we have 20 money, which is already enough to province, and especially knowing that next turn we'll have even more money, I'm pretty confident in just maybe double provincing already, or yeah, next turn we should be able to, well, if we go for more golds, then we could be able to already quad province, like we could go for, maybe we go for province and militia for more payload. And if we get to double play that militia, then we have 32 money next turn, I believe. And like if we get to double play both militias, which we should be rather likely to with this throne room convoy, and then we'll just be able to uh, quad province, and that should be sufficient to be out of AI's reach for any purposes. So yeah, let's go for that. That's an amazing draw, and we'll probably just gain a throne room to hand, to be honest. Yeah, I guess we discard the non-drawing cards. But yeah, I think if AI double provinces here, this should be over. Although it doesn't look like AI is helping us empty the provinces, but oh well. Yeah, this is gonna be a throne room to hand. AI is continuing. Okay, okay. Be my guest. Yeah, I think AI fundamentally does not understand this kingdom, as it doesn't play any of the good stuff. I believe we understand this kingdom well enough to play all those council rooms properly. Yeah, we need to play it right now. Although, no, I messed this up because now we cannot top deck a council room again, but we hit exactly 32 as I said, and can just quad province the next turn. Yeah, we're guaranteed to at least see 8 more cards by gaining a council room to our hand, so yeah, this looks pretty won, even though AI with its plays denies us of winning in just 10 turns. Man, so slow. 11 turns. What even is this kingdom? Yeah, we'll probably get attacked again here, but it so doesn't matter. Yeah, in that last turn I really should have maybe played the rustic village first. But oh well, you learn from your mistakes. This turn we will do that. Unless AI just double provinces here. No, it can't double province. Silly AI. Building this slow deck, not capitalizing on Throne Room and on the Shadowified Throne Room. Let's get another council room into our hand here. Decline that. Play the Throne Room action train. And we do not even dud here. We do not even have the decency to dud. So we can just, I guess probably just double play the militias, or do we double play one more council room? What is down there? There's just coppers, so we don't really need that. I would say we double play the militias, and we even have 2 more actions here. Then we might as well double play the council room. Play this gold mine, find that, and we hit 32 again for province and a bunch of duchies and a bunch of estates and a commanding victory with a riverboat in play just to set up the next turn nicely. And we even get to play this council room. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know. 11 turns is fast, but also Shadowified Throne Room, don't sleep on it like AI did, and this should be a really easy win against AI if AI keeps skipping on that. Yeah, AI played this really weirdly and badly. I don't know. I guess we could have also built a bit bigger with more golds from Gold Mine, having a bit more of an unstable deck. But I think the balance of draw and other stuff we had in here. Now, before I forget, let's see how we progress to the next stage, the last thingy of the Rising Sun campaign, and I wonder whether this will be the first time I get to showcase one of the expansion campaigns with a perfect gold star playthrough, or whether because of being second player and because of the Last Kingdom being chaotic, I think I remember that much, we will lose that. So yeah, I will be excited to check that out, and thus I will try to catch you in the next one, whenever that may be. And until then, goodbye.